All right, a woozy Tuesday indeed. It has been storming here in Tennessee, and it has been crazy, crazy. The weather's making everyone act funny, and it's just a whole thing down here today. April 2nd, 2024. Woozy, choosing generals. This is chapter 4 out of one of the ancient military texts. So, choosing generals, verse 1. Wu Qi said, "A general should not only be a skilled warrior, but also a man of letters. Warfare is about combining force and flexibility. Normally, when people discuss what makes a good general, they think only of courage. However, courage is only one of the qualities required. A commander who is merely brave will be reckless in battle without considering the most crucial issues. This is not good enough. Therefore, generals should pay attention to the following principles: order, foresight, resolution, caution, and simplicity. To be specific, order means observing the same rules when dealing with a larger army as one would when running a smaller one. Foresight refers to the mental state of preparation for that an army should observe equally whether on the march or in battle. Resolution refers to the unwavering attitude an army should have on the eve of battle. Caution means that having won a battle, an army should remain on its guard, just as it did beforehand. Simplicity refers to command without redundancy. A general should respect every order given and keep the army on standby until the enemy has been defeated. That was really good. On standby, page turn. Until the enemy has been defeated. Observing these principles from the moment an army is deployed, a general must be prepared to win glory in death and never dishonor himself with cowardly survival. Wow. If you're not riding, if this is not the end all be all battle for you, if you're not riding into the storm ready to gain the ultimate honor through death, then you can't be calling yourself a general. Now, times have changed and we live in a little bit of a different time. So like abiding by these principles, while great, can lead to probably sometimes more harm than good because as society advances, right? But here we are, the principles remain the same. Okay, the more prepared you are, the more victorious you'll be, so then you won't have to die in battle, right? So that's why we're studying the principles. April 2nd, out of the Daily Stoic by Ryan Holiday and Stephen Hanselman. Be wary of what you let in. Drama, combat, terror, numbness, and subservience. Every day, these things wipe out your sacred principles. Whenever your mind entertains them uncritically or lets them slip in. Marcus Aurelius, Meditations 10.9. How much harder is it to do the right thing when you're surrounded by people with low standards? How much harder is it to be positive and empathetic inside the negativity bubble of television chatter? How much harder is it to focus on your own issues when you're distracted with other people's drama and conflict? So interesting. Why then do you think that so much money would be poured into putting other people's drama and conflict in front of you? Will inevitably exposed to these influences at some point, will inevitably be exposed, no matter how much we try to avoid them. But when we are, there is nothing that says we have to allow those influences to penetrate our minds. We have the ability to put our guard up and decide what we actually allow in. Uninvited guests might arrive at your home, but you don't have to ask them to stay for dinner. You don't have to let them into your mind. And just remember, April is all about unbiased thought. And so, in that regard, unbiasedly, how do we approach everything in life, right? Because so much of what is easy can slip in, and that is what you can let in. And then that is exactly what the woozy is trying to forewarn against. You have to be prepared, and the moment that you start slipping, right, the moment that you're not the general that you know you need to be, to your own inner voice, to your inner thoughts, to your domain, which extends to your house, right? Like guys like Jordan Peterson say, like you got to make your bed, blah blah blah, clean your room. There's reasons behind that, and it's not just wake up early, do all that stuff, but the more that you can check off that accomplishment list, the more you can move things forward. I'm not saying don't strategically retreat and take time for yourself, because just like they said, the woozy says, A good general is not only a skilled warrior but knows his letters. And so as you tackle tasks within your day, are you making sure to work and study and work and study, or are you doing work break work break? What are you filling in those small gaps with? Are you becoming a general of letters, or are you just out there on the front lines every day not thinking about anything else?